Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the English Mastery Plus podcast. I'm David.
And I'm Alice. We are so happy to have you here with us today.
In this episode, we are going to talk about vacations and travel experiences in English.
Yes, this is a very useful topic because people love talking about travel.
That's right. When you meet a new friend, you can ask about travel.
When you talk with coworkers, classmates, or people from other countries, travel is also a great topic.
You can ask simple questions like, where did you go on your last vacation?
Or, what was the best part of your trip?
Or did you try any local food?
These questions are easy, natural, and very good for English conversation.
Today, we will learn useful travel vocabulary, simple travel questions, and how to talk about a past trip using the past simple tense.
We will also practice shadowing at the end, so listen carefully and repeat after us.
Okay, Alice. Let's start with a simple question.
Sure.
What is your dream destination?
My dream destination is Greece. I want to visit the beautiful islands, walk near the sea, take photos, and try local food.
That sounds amazing. So you like relaxing vacations?
Yes, I do. I like slow travel. I like beautiful views, nice hotels, good food, and peaceful places.
That sounds very comfortable.
It is. What about you, David? What is your dream destination?
My dream destination is New Zealand. I love mountains, lakes, forests, and nature.
So you prefer adventure trips?
Yes, I do. I like hiking, backpacking, and exploring new places.
Backpacking sounds exciting, but also a little tiring.
It can be tiring, but I enjoy it. When I travel, I like to feel free.
That is interesting. So we have two different travel styles.
Yes, Alice likes relaxing holidays.
And David likes adventure trips.
Let's explain these two phrases for our listeners.
A relaxing holiday means you rest, sleep well, eat good food, and enjoy a peaceful place.
For example, you can say, I want a relaxing holiday by the beach.
An adventure trip means you do exciting activities such as hiking, camping, backpacking, or exploring nature.
For example, you can say, I want an adventure trip in the mountains.
Very good. Now, David, let me ask you another question.
Okay.
What was your most memorable trip?
My most memorable trip was a mountain trip last year.
Where did you go?
I went to a small mountain town. It was quiet, cold, and very beautiful.
Who did you go with?
I traveled alone.
Really? Was it scary?
Not really. At first, I felt a little nervous, but after that, I really enjoyed it.
Why did you travel alone?
I wanted some quiet time. I wanted to relax, think, and enjoy nature.
That sounds peaceful.
Yes. I stayed in a small guest house near the mountain.
Guest house. That is a useful word.
Yes. A guest house is a small place where travelers can stay. It is usually cheaper and simpler than a big hotel.
So you stayed in a small guest house. What did you do there?
Every morning, I woke up early, drank hot coffee, and went hiking.
That sounds beautiful.
It was. The air was fresh and the view was amazing.
Did you take many photos?
Yes, I took many photos of the mountains, trees, and sunrise.
Sunrise means the time in the morning when the sun comes up.
Exactly. The sunrise was the best part of my trip.
Can you say that sentence again slowly?
The sunrise was the best part of my trip.
Nice sentence. Listeners, you can use this pattern. The best part of my trip was...
For example, the best part of my trip was the food.
The best part of my trip was the beach.
The best part of my trip was meeting new people.
Very useful.
Alice, what about you? What was your most memorable trip?
My most memorable trip was to Thailand 2 years ago.
Nice. Who did you go with?
I went with my best friend.
How long did you stay there?
We stayed there for 5 days.
What did you do there?
We visited temples, went sightseeing, tried street food, went shopping, and relaxed at the beach.
That sounds like a perfect vacation.
It really was. I loved the food, the weather, and the friendly people.
What was your favorite food?
My favorite food was mango sticky rice.
Oh, I love mango sticky rice too.
It was sweet, soft, and delicious.
So you can say, I tried mango sticky rice and it was delicious.
Yes. That is a simple and natural sentence.
Let's pause here and look at the grammar.
Good idea.
When we talk about a past trip, we often use the past simple tense.
For example, I went to Thailand.
I stayed there for 5 days.
I visited temples.
I tried local food.
I took many photos.
I enjoyed the trip.
These verbs are very common when talking about vacations.
Let's repeat them slowly.
Went,
Stayed.
visited,
Tried.
took.
Enjoyed.
Great. Now let's make full sentences.
I went to the mountains.
I stayed in a small hotel.
I visited many famous places.
I tried local food.
I took many photos.
I enjoyed the trip very much.
Excellent.
Now let's teach some important travel vocabulary.
The first word is accommodation.
Accommodation means a place where you stay during a trip.
It can be a hotel, hostel, homestay, guest house, or apartment.
Example, we booked our accommodation online.
Let's say it again. We booked our accommodation online.
The next word is sightseeing.
Sightseeing means visiting famous or interesting places.
For example, we went sightseeing in the city center.
Another example, I love sightseeing when I travel.
The next word is itinerary.
Itinerary means your travel plan.
It tells you where you will go, what you will do, and when you will do it.
Example, our itinerary was very busy.
Or I made an itinerary before the trip.
The next word is backpacking.
Backpacking means traveling with a backpack, usually in a simple and low-cost way.
Example, I went backpacking around Europe.
Or backpacking is exciting but sometimes tiring.
The last phrase is tourist trap.
Tourist trap means a place that is popular with tourists but often too expensive or not very good.
Example, that restaurant was a tourist trap.
Another example, we paid too much money because it was a tourist trap.
Very useful phrase.
Yes. Many travelers need this phrase.
Now let's have a natural conversation using these words.
Okay. David, when you travel, do you usually make an itinerary?
Sometimes. If I visit a big city, I make an itinerary because there are many places to see.
That makes sense.
But if I go to the mountains, I don't plan too much. I like to be flexible.
Flexible means you can change your plan easily.
Exactly. What about you, Alice?
I always make an itinerary. I like to know where I will go, what I will eat, and how much time I have.
So you are very organized.
Yes, I think so. I don't like feeling confused during a trip.
Do you book accommodation before you travel?
Always. I book my accommodation online before the trip.
Why?
Because I want to feel safe and comfortable. I don't want to arrive in a new city and have no place to stay.
That is smart.
What about you?
I usually book the first night. After that, I sometimes decide later.
That sounds risky.
A little risky, but exciting.
I think you really like adventure.
Yes, I do.
Have you ever had a problem during a trip?
Yes. Once I got lost in a small town.
Oh no. What happened?
I was walking around, taking photos, and enjoying the streets. But I didn't check the map.
Then what happened?
I walked for a long time and suddenly I didn't know where I was.
That sounds stressful.
It was. But I asked a local person for help.
What did you say?
I said, "Excuse me, how can I get back to the main road?"
That is a very useful sentence.
Yes. Let's repeat it slowly.
Excuse me, how can I get back to the main road?
Another useful sentence is, "Excuse me, where is the nearest bus stop?"
Or, excuse me, how can I get to the train station?
Very good.
When you travel, asking for directions is very important.
Yes. And you don't need perfect English. Simple English is enough.
That is an important point.
Many learners are afraid to speak because they think their English is not perfect.
But communication is more important than perfection.
Exactly. If you can ask a simple question, people can often understand you.
Let's give our listeners some simple travel questions.
Number 1, where did you go on your last vacation?
Number 2, who did you go with?
Number 3, how long did you stay there?
Number 4, where did you stay?
Number 5, what did you do there?
Number 6, did you try any local food?
Number 7. What was the best part of your trip?
Number 8. Would you like to go there again?
These questions are great for real conversations.
Yes. You can use them with friends, classmates, coworkers, or speaking partners.
Now, Alice, let's do a sample conversation.
Great.
Alice, where did you go on your last vacation?
I went to the beach.
Who did you go with?
I went with my best friend.
How long did you stay there?
We stayed there for 4 days.
Where did you stay?
We stayed in a small hotel near the beach.
What did you do there?
We swam, relaxed, ate seafood, and watched the sunset.
Did you try any local food?
Yes, we tried fresh seafood. It was delicious.
What was the best part of your trip?
The best part was watching the sunset by the sea.
Would you like to go there again?
Yes, definitely. I would love to go there again.
Excellent answer.
Now let's switch roles.
Okay,
David, where did you go on your last vacation?
I went to the mountains.
Who did you go with?
I traveled alone.
How long did you stay there?
I stayed there for 3 days.
Where did you stay?
I stayed in a small guest house.
What did you do there?
I went hiking, took photos, drank coffee, and enjoyed the fresh air.
Did you try any local food?
Yes, I tried a local noodle dish. It was simple but very tasty.
What was the best part of your trip?
The best part was watching the sunrise from the mountain.
Would you like to go there again?
Yes, I would. I want to go back someday.
Great. That was a natural and easy conversation.
Now, let's help our listeners create their own answer.
Good idea. You can use this simple structure.
Sentence 1. I went to.
Sentence 2. I went with.
Sentence 3. I stayed there for.
Sentence 4. I visited.
Sentence 5. I tried.
Sentence 6. The best part was.
Let's give an example.
I went to Thailand with my best friend.
We stayed there for 5 days.
We visited temples and went sightseeing.
We tried local food.
The best part was watching the sunset at the beach.
Very nice. This is simple, but it sounds natural.
Now let's talk about feelings during travel.
Good topic. When you describe a trip, you can talk about how you felt.
For example, I felt excited.
I felt relaxed.
I felt nervous.
I felt tired.
I felt happy.
I felt surprised.
Let's make sentences.
I felt excited because it was my first time abroad.
I felt relaxed because the beach was peaceful.
I felt nervous because I traveled alone.
I felt tired because we walked all day.
I felt happy because the people were friendly.
I felt surprised because the food was so delicious.
These sentences help you tell a better story.
Yes. A good travel story is not only about where you went.
It is also about what you did and how you felt.
Now, let's do another short story.
I'll start.
Okay.
Last year, I went to a quiet mountain town. I traveled alone and stayed in a small guest house. Every morning, I went hiking and took photos. The weather was cold, but the view was beautiful. I felt peaceful and happy. The best part of my trip was watching the sunrise from the mountain.
That was very clear and natural.
Thank you. Now your turn.
2 years ago, I went to Thailand with my best friend. We stayed there for 5 days. We visited temples, went sightseeing, tried street food, and relaxed at the beach. I felt excited because it was my first time there. The best part of my trip was trying mango sticky rice and watching the sunset by the sea.
Wonderful.
Listeners, you can use these stories as a model.
Just change the place, the activities, and the feelings.
Now it's time for shadowing practice.
Shadowing means you listen and repeat.
Try to copy my pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation.
Don't worry if you make mistakes.
Just listen, repeat, and practice.
Okay, Alice. Let's begin.
I went on vacation last month. I went with my best friend. We stayed there for 5 days. We booked our accommodation online. We went sightseeing in the city. We visited many famous places. We tried local food. The food was delicious. I took many beautiful photos. The best part was the beach. I felt relaxed and happy. I would love to go there again.
Great job. Now let's practice a longer answer.
Last year, I went to the mountains. I stayed in a small guest house. Every morning, I went hiking. I took many photos of the sunrise. The weather was cold, but the view was amazing. I felt peaceful and happy. The best part of my trip was watching the sunrise.
Excellent. Now one more.
2 years ago, I went to Thailand with my best friend. We stayed there for 5 days. We visited temples and went sightseeing. We tried street food and fresh fruit. Everything was beautiful and exciting. The best part was watching the sunset by the beach.
Very good. If you want to improve your speaking, repeat the shadowing practice 2 or 3 times.
Yes. Repetition is very important.
Before we finish, let's review today's lesson.
Today we learned how to talk about vacations and travel experiences in English.
We learned useful words like accommodation, sightseeing, itinerary, backpacking, and tourist trap.
We practiced the past simple tense with words like went, stayed, visited, tried, took, and enjoyed.
We also learned useful questions.
Where did you go on your last vacation?
Who did you go with?
How long did you stay there?
What did you do there?
Did you try any local food?
What was the best part of your trip?
And we practiced shadowing to improve pronunciation and speaking fluency.
Now we have a question for you.
Where did you go on your last vacation?
Write your answer in the comments using this pattern.
I went to blank with blank.
I stayed there for blank days.
I visited blank.
I tried blank.
The best part was blank.
That's all for today's episode of English Mastery Plus podcast.
Thank you for listening and practicing with us.
Keep listening
Keep speaking.
and keep improving your English every day.
See you in the next episode.
Bye for now.
Bye.